Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. Today we're going to talk about something a little different. We're going to be making oregano oil. Now, oregano oil is getting pretty popular nowadays. It's coming back. It's one of those oils that it's got all kinds of benefits as far as and I'm guess I need to give the disclaimer first. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. But I am going to talk about some of the things that, and you can do your search on the internet, and you can find out a lot of these things. Now, oregano actually an antibiotic. It's a antifungicide. It's anti-inflammatory. It's a painkiller. It's all kind of things that you can find that oregano oil is good for, and this is something that would be good to have in your arsenal for your health. Now, if you're going to make this, first thing I say is use an organic oregano. You don't want other toxins that might be in there, pesticides and such as that, chemical fertilizers, all those kind of things. You want some natural grown oregano. Now, I could use my own if I had some right now, but I don't. But and the other thing is, a lot of videos you'll find they talk about using fresh oregano. Now, I don't recommend fresh oregano. Because logically, if you want it to go rancid, you just have too much water in there, or any water in there with your mixture. Now, you're going to need a carrier oil to get the oils out of the oregano leaves, and I'm using coconut MCT oil, which is a beneficial oil. It's a good carrier oil to be absorbed through the skin and such as that. Now, a lot of them recommend extra virgin olive oil, and you can go that route if that's what you want. But olive oil would tend to go rancid a little bit quicker too. So for longer life, I'm going to recommend the coconut MCT oil, not just coconut oil, but the MCT, which is a lot more refined. This doesn't. It's not like just your plain coconut oil like you'd use for cooking. And like I say, I recommend dry oregano. That way, there's no moisture in it. You've got less of a chance of any contaminants as far as to affect your oil. In order to make this now, we're just going to pour some, and I'll get my funnel here because I'm always making a mess in the kitchen. And I'm going to pour quite a bit. Now, a lot of recipes will say half of a cup of oregano and half a cup of oil, your carrier oil. Now, I'm going to leave it at that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add enough oil to kind of cover this. This oregano is going to soak up this oil, and so you want to have enough that when you get finished, you can see how it's going down. It's quite a bit, but we're going to cover this good. Then once we get our level adjusted, now if you want to do, the suggested half a cup or a cup to a cup of oil, that's fine. But like I say, it's with the dried oregano, there's going to be a lot more oregano in this container, so it's going to be a strong oil. And that's one thing too. Once you get it, you need to know how strong it is in the end. And what we're going to do is put this lid on. Now we're going to shake this up. We want to shake this up good, get it mixed up good. We want that uh, oil coated in there real nice. And now what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to heat up some water. Now there's different ways that you can do this. You can do this a lot of methods where you set it 4 to 6 weeks and then you just shake it every day, once or twice a day. That way you get it stirred up and make it that way. Or you can take and boil this, bring this water to a boil, and then shut it off, and then we'll let this set in there for about 10 minutes. And once it's set in there, that'll heat it up. That'll kind of start the process real good. And then what we'll do is we'll just set this off somewhere where it's not in direct sunlight, and take and shake it once or twice a day for about 2 weeks. You do like a week and a half to 2 weeks. But then once we get to that point, we'll come back and revisit it, and we'll see exactly what we've got, and we'll strain it off and get the oil. But ideally, oregano oil has a lot of benefits, and we'll touch on the ones that we can find that's more common, and we'll talk a lot more about it. And that's one reason why it's gaining such popularity now. All right, our water is boiling. We're going to shut this off and give it just a second to stop boiling there. And now we're just going to ease this down in here. And we're going to set our timer for 10 minutes. All right, it's been 10 minutes. I did shake this around occasionally while it was in the hot water. That way it would heat up evenly. Now, with just for the next week and a half or 2 weeks, we'll shake it once or twice a day, and then we'll go through the rest of the process. Okay, it's been 2 weeks, and we're at the process now. We've got to take and get our oil out of our oregano. And what we're doing, I'm just using a one of those reusable coffee filters. It works good, but this one doesn't have grains in the bottom, so I put something here to allow it to come around the sides and drip on down. But as you can see, our carrier oil was nice and clear, but now it's green because it's infused. Now this is an infused oil. What you're doing is you're infusing this oil from the oregano into this carrier oil. And what I'm going to do is I'll pour the rest of this in here, and I'm just going to give it some time and let it drain on down. And now there's one thing I want to clarify. In the beginning of the video, I said oregano oil is an antibiotic. Now, actually, it's not an antibiotic, because antibiotics are pharmaceutical drugs. This is, it acts like an antibiotic whenever it's in your system. And that's what they try to duplicate with antibiotics. But it is an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, fungicide, and it has a whole lot of different abilities in the body. There's information that says that it is a pain reliever. You know, if you have a area that you have pain, you can take and use this. Now, this is pretty strong the way this is processed, and what a lot of cases, what you want to do is you want to dilute this. And an excellent way to dilute this is put a few drops in an oil like castor oil, and then apply it for certain conditions. Now, there's information about using it internally for, like I say, you would replace an antibiotic because of its abilities. But the difference in natural oils, such as this, is that when you take them, they don't kill good bacteria. Now, they will get rid of the bad bacteria, but you don't have the same effects, according to information, as far as a lot of the benefits from oregano oil, because, and they say there's no information to verify, and that's the reason. The reason for that is they do not do studies. There are some small scale studies that have been done, but they don't do any large scale studies, so they can say, well, there's not verified information, and the reason is because the studies haven't been done. But this is something that's been used for centuries, and it's something, like I say, that will want to add to your arsenal of natural medicines. And when you get finished, once you get it all, get you a bottle that's amber bottle or something that keeps UV out. And of course, you don't want to store it in sunlight anyway. But make sure it's got a glass dopper inside, or because if you get plastic, because of carrier oil, it could pick up some of those chemicals from the plastics, and that would create a situation where your oil isn't as pure and as good. But a lot of people say when you do this properly like this, because a lot of these oils, they say they've found a lot of different infused oils in the pyramids and stuff, and that they were still good, weren't rancid. And that's the thing, you want to make sure that they don't have contaminants in them. And what I'm going to do is, once this is finished draining in here, and I'm going to give it quite a while, I might push it down to push a little bit of the oil out. But I'm going to let it sit in this jar for a while, and let any possible small particles drop to the bottom, and then I'll go ahead and bottle it up. But anyway, I hope that this is something that you think might be helpful for yourself. And of course, I'm going to start trying to do more videos on the benefits from your herbs that you grow in your garden, along with your vegetables. So if you want to see more of this, of course, subscribe. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and share this video. It helps my channel. Enjoy that gardening experience.